Welcome to Kinnick Stadium in Iowa City, Iowa, home of the Hawkeyes. As we'll see the number 2 team in the country, the Penn State Nittany Lions, taking on a fellow Big Ten foe, the Iowa Hawkeyes. For EA Sports College Football, Reese Davis with you alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Time to get this game started. The Hawkeyes will boot it away to start the game. Here he comes from inside his own 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. This place is roaring, and it's going to be so hard to operate under these conditions.
You see, this is what great defenses do. Great defenses swarm to the football. So when you do miss a tackle, it's not the end of the world. There's another guy right there to wrap him up. Great defenses seem like they got 12 guys on the field. Nice job swarming to the football, engulfing the running back.
Didn't get much done on that first play of the drive. It's 2nd and 11. Back to pass. It's Allard. Flips it out to the back. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover to pick up the first.
Early in the game, as a DB, I'm settling in. It's okay if I give up 4, 6, 7 yards. I'm just trying to get settled in, gauge the speed, and then later on, I can adjust to the speed again.
On 3rd and long, trying to have a big completion here. Grab near the marker. It's Singleton. They'll move those chains, getting it out to the 29-yard line and trying to get this drive rolling.
Love the 3rd down call. Throwing the angle route to your back, working one-on-one against that defender. Easy pitch and catch for the first.
This crowd going to try to make life miserable for these guys. From the gun, the running back looking for room. Oh, he's getting ahead of steam. That defense got gashed, but they finally get him to the turf at the 47.
And busting big runs like this, we always talk about the running backs, but it's the big boys up front, paving their lanes, those receivers gluing on those DBs that make these plays really go for big yardage.
And how about those receivers? Not just the glamour of catching passes, but doing some dirty work, too.
No doubt. When they get on those guys in the 2nd level and get on those DBs, that's when you break those big, long runs.
Well, it's a nice job by the quarterback getting the ball out of his hands quickly on that RPO. He saw something he liked, just not on the same page with his receiver.
Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on 2nd down. With jet sweep pass. How about that defense getting back there? He'll lose a couple. Kinnick is having a conniption fit to try to help the knee on 3rd down. Looking downfield, it's Allard. They're setting up the screen. He gets it inside the 40, but he'll be stopped at the 39. Not wide enough to move the sticks, and it's 4th down.
You know good and well the quarterback wanted to push the ball down the field, wanted to throw for the 1st down. Couldn't do it because the defense had taken it away. He did the right thing. Didn't turn it over. Dumped it off to his running back. His running back got some positive yards. But guess what? Now it's decision time. It's 4th down.
And that is how a punter helps out his defense, pinning them deep in their own territory. The offense basically has the whole field in front of them, backed up close to their own end zone. Knocked down after a pickup of 3 to the 12. After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line, 2nd and 7. Looking to fire. Quickly to the tight end. He's brought down, but it'll be enough for a 1st down.
You know, tight ends are such matchup nightmares and problems for defense. They're too big for DBs to cover, and they're too fast for linebackers to cover. You saw it right there.
The offense has it 1st and 10 from their own 20. looking for a crease to the left. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
I love when defensive backs come up and they are physical and they stick their face in the fan and they aren't scared. Talking to the defensive coordinator coming into this game, he knew his DBs had to tackle well. They had to get those running backs on the ground. Great start on this first drive.
Oh, it's a reverse. What a tackle in the backfield. He'll lose 6 on the play.
Nice job by this defense staying home, not getting fooled. When the ball goes away from me, I don't just chase blindly across the field. They see the reverse, and I love the speed, the close, and the tackle. They get a tackle for a loss on that gadget-type play.
On 3rd and long, you'll need to push it downfield. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. So important to convert these 3rd downs, and they get it done. They'll have it at the 42.
And the quarterback knew exactly where he wanted to go with the football, had time, spins the ball deep. Nice job by this offense, understanding what the defense is giving them and creating the explosive play.
Looking to throw on 1st down. And the quarterback will take a sack back at the 36.
And what an awesome response from the defense. You give up a huge play the play before, and what do you come back? You come back and you get pressure on the quarterback, and you get him on the ground before he can make another big play.
And the Hawkeyes with a long way to go after the loss on the last play. 2nd down, they'll go to the air. Fires to the big fella. They make the stop, but not before he takes a chunk out of what they need to move the sticks.
Nice complementary football we're seeing from this team here early. Defense did their job on the opening drive, and now your offense is doing their job too. Really nice throw that time by the quarterback. You've got to love what you're seeing on both sides of the ball if you're this team's head coach.
They want to throw it. Get it out on the screen. They convert on 3rd down as he gets it to the 46-yard line.
How about the offense, man? Dialing up the screenplay on 3rd down. They needed a play. Sometimes people like the screen, sometimes they don't. You got to call it at the right time. And they pick the right opportunity. They get the 3rd down conversion and a new set of downs.
The Hawkeyes will snap it on 1st and 10. Quick touch pass to the receiver. He's loose. Big pickup on the ground. Knocked down at the 28-yard line. And the Hawkeyes back to the line on 1st down. Let's see if they keep leaning on this running game. He leaves it with the back. Brought down after a good pickup, and they're in the red zone at the 20.
And a nice job by the running back, finding space, getting downhill, making the good run. Great job finishing with his pads.
The Hawkeyes in a good spot here with 2nd and short. He's got it again. They make the stop, and he'll have enough yardage for a 1st down.
Well, it's not a home run, but it's just enough by the running back to move the chains.
And the Hawkeyes, once backed up in the shadow of their own goalpost, have put quite a drive together. To the ground with the back. He stopped at the 14-yard line, and they'll stay on the attack from there. Going to work on 2nd down in the red zone, and still some ground to cover to pick up that 1st down. They'll run play action. And the pressure gets there. And down he goes at the 18.
How about this defense coming out the gates? First drive, getting to the quarterback. They wanted to affect the quarterback, make him feel uncomfortable. Already 2 sacks on this first drive.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. Trying to move the sticks on third down through the air. Touchdown, Hawkeye! The finisher, the exclamation point on that drive. And these guys just score from anywhere out there? After that drive, it sure looks that way.
And that's what separates really good offenses from great offenses. When you're backed up in a bad position and you can still fight your way out and go get you a touchdown, that's a great drive by the offense.
Getting set for the extra point after putting the scoreboard to work for the first time. And the extra point is good, and it's 7-0. That is what they mean when they say ball control, a 14-play touchdown drive. And the finisher, an 18-yard touchdown throw. They're set to kick it off. You think this crowd's going to get loud when their defense comes on the field? On the move from inside his 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. They'll start this drive from the 18-yard line. Rushes on him. Grabbed behind the line. It's Singleton. And they didn't get it forward an inch. Defense wins the battle up front.
Well, there was really nowhere to go for the quarterback with that football. He's just trying to check it down to his running back, and the defense was there, and they made the play.
What can they pull out of the playbook here on 2nd and long from the 17? Back to throw, it's Aller. Caught in the backfield, it's Singleton. And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain. They were able to make the completion, but he had to pick his way for just a little bit. Needed a little more help to spring him for some yardage.
Yeah, if you're going to have success when you throw it outside like that, you're going to need some more blocking and better blocking downfield. Give the defense credit, though. They were able to rally and made a tackle.
On third down, going up top. Catch in the middle, it's Ross. A little more space, open up that playbook even more as they pick up the first down out to the 30. These two guys, just on the same wavelength, they make clutch connections all the time.
And that's practice, man. That's all summer. That's all spring. Just so many hundreds and thousands of balls where you know exactly when that guy's going to break. You know he's a stud. You're going to feed him, especially on these third down situations.
Finally stopped at the 46 after a 15-yard gain.
First down, you know you always want to establish the running game. How about this offense? Nothing fancy. Run the football, be physical, get a big gain.
And the Nittany Lions are moving quickly down the field. They're going to go right back to him on first down. The stiff arm gets him loose. Showing off those sweet feet as he gets it to the 45.
Well, it's plays like that that'll help this offense stay in rhythm all game long. If you can have that kind of success on first down running the football, it just opens up your entire playbook moving forward.
The Nittany Lions can play this second down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. Fires to the big fella. Hauled down, but they'll move the sticks as he picks up the first down. So after the break, he'll go back to work. From the gun, running back on the move. And he fights his way forward, gets away from one, but not much doing on that one.
You know, the one thing you can say about this defense, they pursue the football. The first guy might miss, the second guy might miss, but there's going to be more and more hats flying to the ball carrier. You saw it on that play, getting a tackle for loss.
He'll try it again. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield.
Yeah, I think the running back kind of went rogue on that last running play. I'm not sure it was designed to go that direction. He tried to make it happen on his own. Unfortunately, ended up losing yards.
These Hawkeye fans know exactly what to do to get behind this defense. Dropping back, it's Allard. A shot toward the end zone. Touchdown, Nittany Lions! They went for the big play, and boy, did it ever pay off.
Number 8.
And I think in the pre-snap, I think both of these guys were on the same page. They had a look defensively that let them know we can pitch this thing way down the field. I'm going to go run under it and make a big play for it.
Yeah, and when I'm the receiver, I'm like, I'm open, right? I'm going straight down the field. Throw me the football. I got the speed. I can beat this guy. You can tell they've done that so much in practice. They knew it was second nature, and they executed it perfectly.
Setting up for the extra point and the tie. And they did tack on that extra point without any adventure. They go 83 yards on the drive, and the final 41 yards covered by that touchdown strike. They're getting set to kick it away, and that last score took a little oomph out of this crowd. On the run from inside his own 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. Unloads quickly. And just a short, safe pass play. They pick up a few.
Nice job by the quarterback there throwing the hitch route against zone coverage. You can't stare at him. If you do that, then you allow the flat defender to get underneath it, and that might be a pick 6. So really good job by the quarterback there using his eyes to manipulate the defense.
On the run, it's Moulton. Just enough there to get it to the 25, a pickup of 2. The Hawkeyes come to the line on 3rd and short, trying to convert here. He's looking to throw on 3rd and short. Grabbed in the middle, it's Anderson. Solid work and execution there. They'll have a first down as they mark it at the 40. That is just a perfect example of not deciding before the snap where you have to go with the ball.
Yeah, because that will get you in trouble. You can tell right away. He wants to get the ball to his primary. He's covered. He comes off of him, does a nice job being patient, taking his time, hitting the drag route, getting the first down.
You'll take 4 yards on first down every time, 2nd and 6. Back to pass. Flips it out on the screen. They'll make the stop, but not before they use the screen beautifully and pick up the first down. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. And the Hawkeyes are moving quickly down the field. Looking downfield on first down. If the quarterback's a little more on target there, maybe they hook up, but it's an incompletion.
I don't know about the decision that time by the quarterback. He may have been expecting man coverage, but that time the defense was in zone, and they did a really nice job closing the window. The intended target was not open, and that's why that one fell incomplete.
Here's the handoff. They'll give him a couple that leaves him with 3rd and 8. Offense walks to the line for play number 7 of the drive. On 3rd down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. A beautifully placed ball to the outside and the toe drag for the big pickup.
I really like the slot receiver. And I understand he's not the biggest guy in the world, but he just runs really good routes, and he's always under control. He can run option routes. He can run double moves. He does a great job cutting, and he's dangerous after the catch. Nice weapon to have work in the middle of the field.
time, they'll go to the running game. Didn't get much done on that run. He'll fight his way out and maybe pick up a yard.
Great running backs consistently make people miss, and he did a really good job of breaking one tackle, but he couldn't do it to the next, and to the next, and to the next. The offensive line going to have to do a lot better job, giving him some more space so he can get out in the open field and make some plays for this offense.
To the air on second down. And here's a fumble way behind the line. He'll be brought down, but he was trying with everything he had to turn that disaster into a first down and came up a little short.
Well, ball security doesn't just apply to running backs and receivers. QB's got to keep two hands on the ball as well. And they're very lucky after that fumble that the offense jumped on.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On third and long, he'll need to loosen up that arm. And the pressure is coming in, and they get him again.
Not a ton of play calls for third in California when you're on offense. You know you're going to have your quarterback holding on to the football. You really got to think about how you're going to protect him. Offensive coordinator may want to think about using more max protect schemes, get more bodies in to give this quarterback a chance.
The Hawkeyes will line up to punt it away. They'll have to boot it away for the first time tonight. And that one will bounce and roll out of bounds. Let's see exactly where they marked it. A lot of work to do as this drive will start from the 16-yard line. From the gun, they'll try to impose their will. Gets it out to the 20 after a pickup of 4. After the productive first down play, it's 2nd and 6. Motion from the back. Dropping back, it's Aller. The screen, he can go. Has plenty for the first down, and they stop him at the 28.
And the slant is really a difficult route to defend against if you're a DB in man coverage, especially when you have no help on the inside. So if you're the offense and you continue seeing that coverage, you might as well keep attacking it just like that.
Offense has it at the 28 on first down. Just going to keep it after the snap.
Man, you can tell the QB wants to run. He's going to be a big part of the game plan, and the defense really, really understands that. I got to understand, and more importantly, when I get a lick on this cat, I got to take it. Like, not dirty, not cheap shots, but end of the plays, when I can be physical and really make him feel me, I think that'll always bode well in a fourth quarter game.
Quick release on the RPO. Crosses the 45. They get him out of bounds. Couple of yards short of midfield. They'll mark it at the 48, and this offense is rolling. Now, Drew Aller feels as if he has unfinished business at Penn State. Tyler Warren is gone, but Aller still with a plethora of weapons at his disposal, and maybe, David, giving him a path to redemption in the college football playoff.
Yeah, and when we saw him finish, it wasn't the best, right? He made the big turnover. They had a chance to go to the national title game, but Penn State took some next steps, and he took some...
Turning on the Jets. He's finally stopped and brought down at the 15.
And this defense is figuring out early in this football game, man, they've got to be dialed in because this passing attack, it's lethal because they get it to their speedsters, and after the catch, they're really good. Got to tighten up that coverage and get those guys on the ground when they catch the football.
The Nittany Lions started this drive backed up in their own end, and now they've moved into position to score. He's all the way down to the 3. An electric run has him set up.
Every offense wants to be able to run the ball and be physical, especially on first down. And you want to create 2nd and short, 3rd and short, or just get first downs like that run right there.
The Nittany Lions trying to cash it in on 1st and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Penn State! Follow the blockers. The offensive line will take you to the Hallelujah Land.
And I tell you what, most of the time, Reese, it requires a little bit of skill to find that hole and, slither through a little crack. That was not a crack. That was wide open. Didn't take a lot of vision because the blocking was outstanding.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And the extra point is true, and they're on top by 7. So a drive there of 84 yards and close the deal with a 3-yard touchdown run. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And he takes this from inside the 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. We'll see what they can do on this drive that starts at the 16-yard line. Give to the running back. Spins away from the defender. Gets it out just short of the 20, out of bounds at the 19-yard line, and a little more room to operate. Got 3 on first down at 2nd and 7. Wants to go up top. He's going for it all. Reels it in down the left side. And they'll do more than move the chains. They'll move that thing more than 30 yards down the field before he's finally stopped. That kind of play will put a jolt into a drive. It's 1st and 10 from just inside the 40. Came through like a shot and knocked him down for a loss of 5.
Well, you live by the blitz, you die by the blitz. That time the defense called it at the perfect time. The linebacker able to make the stop on a short gain.
And from the offense's perspective, that's probably making a little something out of nothing. And the Hawkeyes now with a long way to go to pick up the first down. Wants to fire on 2nd down. Finds the tight end. And the defense had that one well covered, just a short gain there.
They're able to find the tight end for an easy completion, but good job tackling, not allowing him to get the first down.
The Hawkeyes need a massive chunk play to move the sticks here on 3rd down. From the gun, wants to pass. Caught over the middle. It's Gill. He gets it to the 38-yard line, but this defense forces a 4th down.
When these wide receivers work the middle of the field, so much of this is feel. Understanding where the holes are in the zone, or understanding how to get leverage on a man. And these wide receivers are dangerous nowadays because they do it so fast and see that so quick and make those plays over the middle.
Absolutely perfect. That'll bring him to within 4. After that last field goal drive, they're set to kick it away. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. They love to put a long drive together here as they start from their own 21. Got it in the middle. It's Reynolds. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker. I don't think he was the primary receiver on that play, David, but a very productive pickup on first down.
And these tight ends are so good at understanding zones and where to sit down. And listen, it's not the huge gain down the field, but it's always death by 1,000 cuts, small gains, break tackles, and continue to move the sticks.
He's brought down at the 36-yard line. And that's good enough for a first down.
Now from the 36-yard line, it's 1st and 10. Looking for a man. It's Allard. Catch in the middle. It's Pena. They make the stop, but not before they do their work up top and pick up a first down.
All right, Deep. It ain't working, right? They're stringing together several first downs here. We're going to need to change this up, find something we can disrupt the quarterback and mess up this offense a little bit.
The Nittany Lions will snap it on 1st and 10. Caught behind the line. It's Singleton. The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half.
Yeah, and you see running backs in today's football, they play a wide receiver basically for you, but you got to find a guy that you can throw it to, and you know he's going to catch the ball consistently.
From the gun, running back gets the give. And he's very fortunate to get it back to the line of scrimmage, greeted by a sea of defenders.
And it's a great play by the defensive end. The most athletic players on the field play defensive end. Yes, you heard me, Jess. Reese, exactly what I said. Great get off. Great job getting the backfield, making the play.
Kinnick is having a connection fit to try to help the D on 3rd down. Got it set up on the outside. Putting together a real scoring threat here as they pick up the 1st down at the 36. They'll immediately call timeout. They've got it at the 36 on 1st and 10. Use the play fake, now to throw. Grabbed behind the line, it's Singleton. Got the completion, but nowhere to go as that defense reacted quickly. Quick timeout call by the offense after the play. They'd love nothing better than to add a 3-ball here before the break. Maybe being on the right hash will help him swing that big leg for this 54-yard attempt. Never a doubt. We've played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update. He'll put toe to leather and get this second half started. He'll start the return inside his 5. And the returner will be knocked down. They'll try to put a drive together starting from their own 12. He'll start this 3rd quarter with a run. Finds a little bit of space. He'll get 3 out to the 15.
And I think this has probably been the most surprising thing of this game so far. This guy's one of the best running backs in the entire country. They just can't get him going. He's never been able to get into a rhythm. You got to give the defense so much credit because they have been able to shut this guy down, and they got to keep that up here in the second half.
Quickly out to the tight end. They're able to get him stopped just shy of the 1st down marker.
It's important on offense to get the tight ends involved in the passing game. These are big fellas that can run. This guy's a big target, so nice job on that play.
And the Hawkeyes come to the line on 3rd and short, hoping to keep the drive alive. They'll try to move the chains on the ground. Just nowhere to go against this defense to find that single yard he needed on 3rd down.
It's an offense that takes pride in being physical. They try to get it going on the ground, but no gain on that one.
Just nowhere to run, not a lot of wiggle room for the ball carrier.
This defense came in knowing that they had to match their physicality. Let's see if they can keep it up.
Kick is in the air. He'll settle for some pretty good field position and make the fair catch at around the 35. They'll put it in play from the 36 for the first play of the drive. To throw, it's Allard. Makes the catch. And he was able to run through 1 tackle, but still only a modest gain.
Quarterback saw a quick opening right over the middle of the field, so he spits it out to his slot receiver on the slant pass. Nice job.
Backed up now, here's 2nd and long. Trying play action. Throws to the tight end. Got his man downfield. And they are pushing the ball down the field. A big pickup on that one, and the tackle is finally made.
Well, how about the offense setting that play up? We've seen earlier in the game a couple shorter throws. They're just trying to suck those safeties closer to the line of scrimmage, anticipating that they would get an opportunity to take a shot. They called the perfect play at the perfect time right there.
They'll run it from the gun. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple. So he gets stuffed on 1st down, and now you have the offensive coordinator thinking a little bit.
Yeah, we're probably going to have to throw it now on this second play. But what are we going to see defensively? Now that they know we're throwing, might they blitz us? Do I have to leave more guys in to block? There's a real cat and mouse game going on right now between these two coaching staffs.
Pressure coming. They wrap him up, and boy, that comes when the defense needed it the most. The defense coming up big there. The sack is great, but the secondary deserves some credit too.
No doubt. When you can cover like that in the secondary and drop back in your zone and only rush a few, and you feel comfortable getting home and they're going to get to the quarterback, that is a great feeling, and it's fun to be a defensive coordinator calling the plays.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. Off the play fake. Snagged in the middle. It's Ross. They stop him short of the sticks, and it'll be fourth down.
Well, that time on third and long, they just took what the defense gave him. Nothing down the field. They were hoping maybe he could make somebody miss after the catch. Wasn't able to do it, so now it sets up fourth.
And they'll send the field goal team back out for the second time tonight. This crowd trying to do its part to get inside the kicker's head. And this one sails through just inside that left upright. And now the lead is even bigger. They'll kick it away after putting up a field goal on that last drive. Here he comes from inside his own 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. A lot of work to do as this drive will start from the 16-yard line. Just a short pass to the tight end. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
That's a great example of the defense there tackling the catch. As soon as the big fella caught the ball, down he went, not picking up the first.
Working well behind the sticks on second down. Looking to fire. Finds his tight end. There he goes! Now they've got a little room to work with. They're out to the 28 with a first down.
And that's a great job executing the drag route. You just bring the big fella across the formation, wait for him to come open. The quarterback does a good job seeing him, finds him in the hole, hits him. Perfect job.
Now on first down from the 28. They'll try the run. He stopped after getting a yard out to the 30.
And what's the closest guy to the football, man? It's those defensive tackles, and those guards and centers have to work together. They got to get those guys and get some movement. They don't on this play, and the big fella eats. Nowhere to go. When you run into him, you usually meet the ground.
Second down, he'll throw it. Got it in the middle, it's Gill. He'll be stopped at the 41, but give him 10 on that play.
Well, this offense knew coming into this game they wanted to try to attack the middle of the field in the passing game, and they're able to execute the in route there.
The Hawkeyes are on the move. Power football with the run. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball.
And that's why he is an All-American caliber player. He is just so physical and dominant against the run. He's able to shed blockers, use his athleticism, use his speed, get to the ball carrier and bring him down. Simply one of the best box defenders you're going to find in the entire country.
Fires to the tight end. And the big fella couldn't elude the cornerback who makes a sure tackle.
That just really nice catch by the big tight end, throwing those mitts up there, catching the football.
And this offense just can't afford not to get the first down here. Already trailing big, and the clock is not their friend. Hauls it in. He's got first down yardage across the 50. They'll mark it at the 49.
And I love the awareness by the wide receiver on that play because I'm not sure that route was supposed to be that deep. You got to wonder if the receiver decided maybe to adjust the route a little bit to make sure that he got the first down.
And the Hawkeyes will line it up on 1st and 10. Takes this handoff and headed to the right. Turning it on! Stopped and forced out of bounds at the 21-yard line, just outside the red zone, and they are looking to get one in here.
Those outside runs, if they can get the edge, like they do, great job by the right guard, right tackle, getting the edge. And now what does this do? This makes cornerbacks come up and tackle. Safeties come up and tackle, as opposed to linebackers and big defensive players. You get your guy out in space where he can use his speed and his physicality against guys that usually cover and don't come up and make tackles.
Brings up 2nd down.
Didn't get much on 1st down. It's 2nd and 9. Back to pass. Quickly complete. And they'll shove him out of bounds after the short gain.
I'll tell you, for this defense, they're going to have to find a way to bracket this slot receiver because of how athletic he is. They're going to need to make sure they've got linebackers and DBs surrounding this guy at all times.
This defense just can't get off the field. The offense unstoppable. On 3rd and long, he has to throw for it. Grabbed over the middle. It's Gill. They get him down, but this offense is set up 1st and goal from the 9.
Defenses are put in such a tough spot when offenses get in 3rd and short because the whole playbook is open and they go with the pass. I love it. They sneak the pass in there. Nice success. Great job by the quarterback getting rid of the football, getting the 1st down, now set up 1st and goal.
Keeping it on the ground on 1st and goal. He works his way all the way down to the 3, and the defense is reeling.
Man, it's nice when you can depend on your big boys up front to make a lane, and you get 5 or 6 yards. You get 5 or 6 yards a pop. You move the ball down the field easily, and more importantly, can get this defense to be more aggressive, to bring DBs close to the line of scrimmage, and then that might open up some big plays down the field.
And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it.
Unsuccessful 2nd down, and now I'm immediately thinking, I got a little bit more than I want, so what are my pass plays? What am I going to get into here offensively to try to have success on 3rd down?
And now after getting knocked back, they'll try it again, this time from the 5 on 3rd and goal. From the gun, wants to pass. Fires into the end zone. Touchdown, Iowa! Fired in from the red zone for the score. That was an absolute sledgehammer of a drive, just taking the air out of the ball.
And it's hard when you run that many plays not to make a mistake and throw an interception or get penalties and put you in a bad spot. But the offense just strung play after play after play together and got in the end zone.
Ready to try the point after.
On for the extra point.
And the PAT will draw them 1 point closer. That is what they mean when they say ball control, a 14-play touchdown drive. And the score comes on a 5-yard touchdown pass. He'll bring it out. It's Martin. Gets it across the 20 to the 21, and not quite what he would have picked up just taking the touchback. They come to the line for the first play of the drive, snapping it from the 21. Catch in the middle, it's Reynolds. And they pick up just a few on that completion. This tight end just creates matchup problems no matter how you try to defend.
How about the catch radius on him, too? So as a quarterback, you don't have to be perfect when throwing it to him. You just got to get it somewhere in his vicinity, and he can come up with the catch.
Tight end in motion, see how the D reacts. Wants to throw. It's Allard. Not in lockstep there with the receiver. These Hawkeye fans know exactly what to do to get behind this D on 3rd down. From the gun, wants to pass. And the pressure was too
Man, it didn't take long for the defense to get home on that play. You see them playing man coverage in the back end, slowing down the routes from the receivers and the rest of the offense. That forced the quarterback to have to hold on to it for just a split second longer, and they were able to get the sack.
And the Nittany Lions will call on their punt team. 3 and out and not much choice but to get rid of the ball. From midfield, looking for room. And the punt team able to smack him to the ground. Iowa has the ball back on offense. And that incomplete pass caused by the big hit on first down. Second down coming.
I love the quick decision the QB made there on that RPO, knowing he wanted to get it out of his hands fast. He just needs to make a more accurate throw moving forward.
What will they dial up on second and a long way to go? Misfired on the last play. They'll go back to the air. Quickly to the tight end.
Nice catch by the big target. Those big tight ends, you can tell in football, are just becoming more and more of a weapon on every single team.
It'll be third and long. He wants to throw it. They'll run the screen. It's a seam wide open. They'll make the stop about a yard short of the first down.
Now, fourth down. That's the end of the third quarter of play.
And now on fourth down, they will put it on the shoulders of the kicker to save them with his foot. And it slips just inside that right upright. And we are all tied up here in the fourth.
And they trust their kicker, and he drills it. He drills it, ties this game up early in the fourth quarter. Man, this one looks like it's going to be a great finish. We're all knotted up.
We've got a dandy going here, all tied up in the fourth quarter and about to kick it away. He'll bring it out. It's Singleton. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. First snap of this drive will come from their own 17. Leaves it with the back. Able to pick up a couple before he's dragged down at the 19. Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on second down. Looking to pass. It's Aller. Creates a little room. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain.
Well, it's important in this game, this offense gets the running back involved out in the perimeter in space where he can do some damage. That time they got it to him throwing the football. Picked up a couple of yards, but it gives the defense something to think about.
They'll need to convert this third down from their own 22 to get this drive jump-started. From the gun, wants to pass. Grabbed in the middle, it's Pena. And he's knocked down immediately, but not before he moves the chains.
Really nice job there by the quarterback, understanding that it's zone coverage on third down. You're going to have to find someone working into a soft spot, get the ball out of your hands quickly, make an accurate throw, and pick up the first. Well done.
Tight end now in motion. Out of the gun, the inside give. They pick up half of it. It'll be 2nd and 5. Win with the running game on first down, now back at it. Gonna swing it on second down. Setting up the screen. Not a whole lot of room there on that screen pass. It just never developed.
Those screen plays, you really want to sell it, get it to your running back, and get him to the second level. Get him running full head of steam on a safety, on a linebacker. He almost got going, but just got tackled before he could really do any damage.
On 3rd and short, they'll try to convert through the air. Caught over the middle. It's Reynolds. They'll get him down, but not before he crosses the 50. He's down to the 49.
Man, that quarterback knew that was a tiny window to throw into, and he just showed off his cannon of an arm.
The Nittany Lions have their offense in high gear. Pulls and fires it complete to the right.
Hey, listen, as a receiver, you're running that hitch route against man coverage. You can't loaf on it, right? I know it's just a little short throw, but you've got to make the defender think you might be going deep. So a nice job not just taking it easy on the play. He put his foot in the ground, he drove back to the ball, and made it easy on his quarterback.
2nd down coming up. Back to pass, it's Aller. Pocket breaking down. And the defense will corral the quarterback, and down he goes at midfield.
How nice is it as a defense when you can drop 7 guys into coverage, only rush 4, and still get home? That makes you feel good if you're the D coordinator.
These fans stepping up to help this defense on 3rd down. From the gun, wants to pass. And it's intercepted. Oh, what a big play in a tie game. And they'll close in on him after a good return on the interception.
Big-time players make big-time plays in big-time games. It's the 4th quarter. It's a tie ball game. You need a stop. What an unbelievable job forcing the interception, creating offensive opportunity for your offense to go out and win this ball game.
Good field position to start this drive at their own 47. On the run, it's Moulton. And he'll pick up 1. It brings up 2nd and 9.
Gain of 1. 2nd down coming up.
Got a little work done on 1st down. Now back to the line. They'll go to work in the air on 2nd down. Fires to the big fella. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there. Still a bit short of the 1st down. You know, David, this is really what game managing is. Nice pickup on 2nd down to help them on the next play.
Yeah, and I think people look at that negative sometimes, finding a quarterback that's a game manager. No, use your brain. Set up good situations. I'm way more successful when I can keep those sticks at a more manageable situation, and I'm not as predictable on a 3rd down.
No gain on the play. Now, a 4th down.
The Hawkeyes line up to punt it away.
On to kick it away.
You'd think they would have had a good chance to down that one deep, but the bounce carries it into the end zone for the touchback. Wide receiver comes in motion. Quick pass on the fly motion. And a 9-yard gain on 1st down leaves him with 2nd and short.
It's now 2nd down.
They'll run it from the gun. Makes a man miss. They bring him down, but not before he's able to pick up the 1st down.
And this is a guy that can find you the hidden yardage. That play, he just pushes the pile to get that 1st down.
Lining up from the 34 on 1st down. Gives it on the option. They went right back to him, and this time the defense was all over him. Nothing to show for that run. Man, oh man, the ball carrier was just shut down.
And I tell you what, they need some push up front too, right? They got to move those defensive linemen out of the way, at least create a hole so your running back has a chance. Not there. He didn't have it.
They'll move the wide receiver. Looking for space. It's Singleton. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender. Big third down as the crowd gets behind this defense. Dropping back, it's Aller. Looking deep down the right side. And that one's incomplete. They weren't just trying to move the chains. They were trying to move the scoreboard. Instead, it's fourth down.
That is such a great play by that defender. And how many times on deep balls do we see PI? We see pass interference. In situations just like that, that defender did an outstanding job.
The Nittany Lions send out the punt unit. Takes it on the return. And he's going to get it up to about the 29-yard line before he's brought down. But see what they have dialed up as this drive starts from the 29-yard line. Going right to work up top. Got his man on the right. They'll rip off 8 on that play. It's 2nd and 2. And the Hawkeyes with myriad options after that big pickup on first down. They'll give it to the back. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield.
And that's a great play by the defensive end. The best athletes on the field play defensive end. You can ask anybody. Yes, I agree, Jesse Reese. See, they agree with me. Same thing. But you watch them get off the football, make the play. That's why you put your athletes there.
Snap from the gun on third down. Takes a shot as he lets it go. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have held on.
And I like the aggressiveness on 3rd and short, trying to throw the football, take advantage of a look that they got. They weren't successful, and now it's 4th and short territory. Who knows what they're going to do?
The Hawkeyes will try to pin them back with the punt. He's getting a lot of work. 4th time he's punted tonight. He'll field the punt and try to make a big play. Pretty solid coverage there, and they'll stop him at the 26. They'll get this drive started from their own 26. Leaves it with the running back. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball.
Goodness, that happened fast. He was in the backfield before the ball was even snapped.
Oh, man, adrenaline pumping, heart beating a little faster. There is some intensity on that one. After getting knocked back to open this drive, it's 2nd and 12. Here's a heat. Got it in the middle, it's Reynolds. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there. Still a little ground cover to pick up the first. Kinnick is having a connection fit to try to help the D on third down. To the air, it's Aller. Lost one deep down the right side. And they can't hook up on the big play, and that brings up a 4th down.
After that incompletion, it's decision time now if you're the head coach. Do you stay aggressive? Do you trust your offense to go get this first down, try and eat the clock and win the game late? Or do you trust your defense to get it back to you quickly for one more opportunity?
They boot it away on 4th down. He gets it up to the 34-yard line before he stopped, and that's where the offense will set up shop. Opening play of this drive comes from the 34. He'll keep it himself. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple. Well, he couldn't find any running room at all, and he'll end up taking a loss on the play.
Yeah, great discipline on defense, too, because if you're going to stop the option, you have to play assignment football. Everybody doing their job. There was just nowhere to go there for the QB.
So now it's 2nd and long. Wants to go up top. The short hands, it's Gill. And he's able to shed one tackle and pick up pretty good yardage.
And they've trusted their QB to throw the football. And he's going to have to make plays. He's made plays throughout the day. This is now when you come up clutch in a big moment when your team needs it. If that's any indication, I like what I'm seeing.
And the Hawkeyes are at the line trying to move the sticks on 3rd and short. Got away from trouble and got rid of it. Finds him out of the backfield. And after that short completion, what will they do now? Just a few inches to go.
Yeah, and you wanted to get the ball out quick, and you wanted your receiver to make the play for you and get the first down. You don't now. Decision time, 4th and short.
The Hawkeyes decide to punt it away. Boy, they had a chance to track that thing down, but it bounces into the end zone for a touchback. They'll snap it from the 20 for the opening play of this drive. Back to throw, it's Allard. Flips it out in the flat. And a good job in coverage there. They stop it after just a few.
And that's kind of a lot of today's running game, right? Spit the ball out quick, get it to your playmakers in space, get positive yards. It's instead of running the ball a couple yards up the middle, now you just spit it out wide, and a lot of times if you break a few tackles, it could be even bigger.
Back to throw, and he needs to make a play. Got a man, it's Pena. He moves the chains, and they'll mark the ball at the 33. Timeout on the field, and we've got a dandy all tied up late in the 4th. The right play here is try to win it in regulation. Don't be too conservative. Wants to throw on 1st down. Caught in the backfield, it's Campbell. And a good job of coverage by that defense, just a short pickup.
Man, this is such a hard situation. That clock is your enemy, and you've got to push the ball down the field, but you know the defense is dropping back, so you can take the underneath stuff and go to your 2nd and 3rd read some, but we've got to stay aggressive.
They're dealing with a 2nd and long. Fires to the middle. Wide open downfield. Major gaps in that defense, and he got loose, and they finally knock him down at the 41. The Nittany Lions come to the line with a new set of downs. Looking to throw on 1st down. And he can't get it off. Taken down. What a huge play this late in the game. Offense will use a timeout. 19 seconds left in the game. That last sack got them behind the sticks. It's 2nd and long here. Oh, they're after him. And he can't find anyone open, and down he goes. A sack here late in the 4th. So here comes our first play of overtime. To the air on 1st down. Safe completion on the screen. And that one looked great on the grease board, but when they blow it up like that, the defense is going to win every time.
Well, they try to spit it out to the running back on the perimeter of the field. You saw the speed and recognition by the defense, though, how quickly they were able to get to the back and get him down for a big loss.
Off play action. Got his man in the middle. No chance to run, but still a solid pickup on that one.
This is a very tough slot receiver to cover if you're a linebacker because of how quick and how shifty he is. You never seem to know which way he's going, and he always seems to create an open space for his QB.
Quite a bit of work to do on 3rd down from the 23, and this D would love to force a field goal try. There's the pressure. And the 3rd down pass is incomplete.
And the offense got themselves in a tough situation. 3rd and long, so hard to execute, especially when the field starts to shrink. But the good news is they got a field goal in their back pocket.
They'll try to put 3 on the board and take the lead in overtime. Absolutely center cut. And they've regained the lead. Down by 3, it's their turn here in overtime. A touchdown will win it. Here's first down. Looking to throw, it's Aller. Firing to the right, complete. And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain.
Guys out of the backfield now, it's not just run the ball downhill anymore. You got to be versatile. I got to be able to trust you in the pass game, and I got to be able to throw you the football, and you can do that right there. I know you're going to catch it, and I can depend on you.
Line getting set on second down. They'll test the right side. What a nice job by the defense to string it out, not give him any kind of alley, and knock him down for a loss.
Well, he did everything he could to try to avoid all those defenders, but at the end, it's still a negative play, tackle for loss.
One defender, then the next one. The blitzing guy got a shot at him. Everybody had a shot. It took a while to get him down.
Yeah, great effort by that defense, not quitting on the play.
Now the play fake. Throws to the wideout. And the incomplete pass will bring up fourth down.
Tell you what, I don't know if the offense was expecting man coverage that time. 3rd and long in field goal range, you're expecting it to be zone. Instead, they lock them up man-to-man, everybody on an island, and everybody won. They get the incompletion, now setting up fourth.
So on fourth down, here comes the field goal kicker in a huge spot. Defense will call a timeout. They got a peek at the formation, want to make sure they're in the right call on this big down here in overtime. It's between the uprights and good, and this coach does realize that he's still just lost the game, right? Now first down here in the second overtime. Wants to go up top on first down. Just too much heat that time, and they knock him down at the 31.
If your job is to irritate, to confuse, to hit, to make quarterbacks feel very uncomfortable, this defense is definitely doing their job. 6 sacks, that's the way to make the quarterback feel like he's having a hard day. He's had no response. This offensive line has no response, just a sack party.
The Nittany Lions have put themselves in dire straits after that last play. It's 2nd and a mile. Looking to throw, it's Aller. Snags it over the middle. They bring him down, but a solid pickup to put them in position to pick up a first down.
I think quarterback dropping back, understanding I'm getting zone coverage. All I got to do is be a little bit patient, manipulate that defense a little bit. My wide receiver runs that drag, and I get the first down.
These Hawkeye fans know exactly what to do to get behind this D on third down. Sets up the screen. And it's pretty obvious there was a big hole in that screen, and the defense ran right through it.
Well, the offense on third down there, they're just trying to spit the ball out quickly and see if they can get a block and get north. But the defense, really nice job getting after the catch, getting a tackle, and now setting up fourth down.
Timeout called by the defense as they want to make sure they avoid any hint of a mental lapse here in overtime. So here we are on fourth down, and this field goal kicker is going to face all the pressure in the world. It's good! A walk-off field goal, and he gets it done in OT. Down by a field goal and a touchdown will win it. Let's see what they've got on first down. They're going to throw it to start the drive. Gets it out quickly. Didn't pick up a lot there, moved it forward just a few.
Complete some of these hitch throws early, you're setting up the hitch and go. Later on, you can pump fake that, and then the receiver can pirouette right up the sideline. That might be a home run play for the offense.
Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. Looking to fire. They're working that left side. That completion takes them down to the 7-yard line, and they are ready to strike.
And, man, this quarterback has had a day. With that pass, he goes over 300 yards on the day. Really nice job executing, putting up some yards today. Pretty good day for the young man.
A touchdown ends the game here in overtime. It's 1st and goal. Quarterback on the keeper. A game winner! What a finish in double overtime!
The defense has got to do a better job of taking the most dangerous man. That's the guy with the football in his hands. Force him to do something with it. You can't just let him keep the ball and go score.
It's really the most common type of upset we see every year. The home field advantage is so big, and especially when you have a ranked team come to town, they love to play spoiler.
Yes, and wouldn't